Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 31-year-old Nevada resident and Marine veteran Derek Dodder traveled to D.C. with his friend and co-defendant, also Derek Nelson. Dodder took a respirator with him and goggles, and following Donald Trump's speech, he and his friend walked to the Capitol. Dodder was then seen on Capitol grounds a few feet away from the police. He was chanting USA. A while later, Dodder put on his goggles and his respirator, and he was seen charging up a flight of stairs after the mob had broken through a bunch of police lines. So after breaking through a final police line at the top of those stairs, Dodder and his friend moved on to the Capitol, and Dodder was seen entering the building through a broken window, like all tourists do. So this was just after the initial breach of the Senate wing doors. You might recall that they busted open the windows first. That's how they got in, and then they broke the doors open from the inside. So this happened, or he entered just 3 minutes after that. From there, Dodder and his friend made their way to the Capitol crypt. They were present. They were watching as the mob overran the officers in that area. So they followed the mob up a staircase. And when they reached the next level, Dodder and his friend walked through various parts of the building, and they ended up outside of the House chamber. So Dodder's friend was seen and heard on video saying, quote, "Heard 'em. We heard 'em, boys." And then Dodder replied, quote, "We stick with our guys. We're good." So eventually the police deployed some tear gas into the crowd. But Dodder and his friend, Nelson, because they had their goggles and their respirators, they were good. They just put them back on. They felt no effect. They did end up leaving that area just a short time later, though. And then they headed back to the Capitol Rotunda, and they finally exited the building a little after 3 p.m. So Dodder turned himself into the FBI on October 4th of 2023, and he was charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol building. So in April of 2024, Dodder pleaded guilty to the parading charge as well as disorderly conduct in the Capitol. So he was looking at up to 6 months in prison, 5 years of probation, and $5,000 in fines for each of those 2 crimes. However, the government requested only 66 days in prison, 3 years of probation, 60 hours of community service, and $500 in restitution. Unlike his friend, Dodder didn't try to excuse his actions, but he did say that he wanted to film what was taking place at the Capitol to try to show contrast between BLM protests and what he called, quote unquote, peaceful conservatives. How'd that work out for you? So Dodder admitted that he destroyed all of his video evidence. Everything he filmed on his GoPro that day, he destroyed it because he said he didn't want to be associated with what ended up taking place at the Capitol. You mean the peaceful protesters, the peaceful conservatives? So U.S. District Judge Carl Nichols presided over Dodder's case, and in the end, Dodder was sentenced to only 14 days of prison, 1 year of probation, and $500 in restitution. A complete joke, especially for someone who destroyed evidence, right? And he pleaded guilty to 2 crimes. Yeah, but this is a Trump appointee, so there you go. January 6th sympathizer, Judge. Anyway, I will let you all know if I hear any more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like this video, share it, become a subscriber if you have not. Trying to get to 100,000 by next month, which is my birthday. I have 1 month to go, so if you guys can help out with that, truly appreciate it. If you can donate, appreciate that as well. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.